The sound of screeching tires fills the air as the car screeches to a halt at the side of the highway. A dog, once filled with joy, now lies abandoned on the cold asphalt. The car door opens, and the figure steps out, glancing at the dog with a cold indifference. The dog's eyes, wide and full of confusion, stare at the retreating figure, unable to comprehend the sudden betrayal. The car speeds off into the night, leaving nothing but dust and a broken heart behind. The dog struggles to get to its feet, limping after the car as it disappears into the distance. It pauses, disoriented and lost, the world around it quiet, but the echoes of abandonment remain loud in its mind. The night grows colder, and the dog lets out a pitiful howl, desperate for someone to hear, desperate for a second chance that might never come. The dog stumbles, collapsing onto the cold ground, the exhaustion overwhelming it. Each movement feels like a battle. The silence of the highway presses in. The stars above shine coldly, as if mocking the helplessness below. And there it is, alone and forgotten in the night, a forgotten soul with nowhere to go. As the morning sun begins to rise, casting a soft golden light over the highway, the dog stirs, barely able to lift its head. Its coat, once shiny and full of life, is now matted and grimy, a reflection of the harshness it has faced. Every sound in the air seems louder now. The chirping of birds, the distant hum of passing vehicles, but none of it can erase the feeling of abandonment that gnaws at its heart. A rustle in the nearby grass catches the dog's attention, and it lifts its head in cautious curiosity, hoping for a sign of life. The dog struggles to its feet, its legs wobbling with weakness, but it stumbles forward, drawn by the faint sound of another presence. The world feels vast, and yet the dog is not alone. There is a flicker of hope deep within those tired eyes. The dog's journey took it farther away from the highway, into unfamiliar territory. The tall grass and bushes became its new home for the time being. Each step it took was more difficult than the last, the pain in its legs making each movement feel like a battle. A pang of hunger gnawed at its stomach, but the dog kept moving forward. Its survival instincts kicked in, and it was determined to find something, anything to feed itself. The world around it seemed to grow more menacing with every turn, the shadows of trees looming large as the dog ventured deeper into the forest. It didn't know where it was going or if there would be food, but it knew one thing: it had no choice but to press on. As the sun began to dip below the horizon, the dog's hope faltered. Its body was worn, and every muscle screamed for rest. But the desire to survive kept it moving, slowly but surely. It collapsed by the edge of a small stream, exhausted and disoriented. Its reflection in the water was a stark reminder of its lost dignity. Once proud, now a shadow of its former self. The dog drank greedily from the stream, the cool water feeling like a lifeline in a desert. But it was only a brief moment of relief. The hunger that followed gnawed at its insides, and the fatigue weighed heavily on its limbs. The sound of rustling leaves caught its attention, and its ears perked up, alert. It turned quickly, its muscles trembling, expecting to see something or someone, maybe a kind stranger, maybe a source of food. But when it looked up, it saw only the cold, empty forest staring back. The dog's shoulders slumped, the realization of its loneliness settling deep within. It was entirely alone. The world seemed vast, and it was no longer the carefree animal it once was. The dog tried to shake off the despair, but the weight of abandonment was heavy. The air was thick with the silence of isolation, and for the first time, the dog could feel the true sting of being forgotten. As the night closed in, the dog curled up under a bush, seeking warmth and shelter from the cold. The world around it grew darker, and the once familiar sounds of the night seemed foreign and unnerving. The only thing the dog could rely on now was its own resilience. But even that felt like it was fading with each passing hour. The howl of a distant animal pierced the air, sending a shiver down the dog's spine. It tried to sleep, but its mind raced with thoughts of what could have been, what it had lost, and what the future might hold. Despite the pain, despite the fear, the dog held on to a flicker of hope, no matter how small. The hours dragged on, and as dawn began to break, the dog slowly rose to its feet. The new day seemed like a fresh start, a chance to begin again. It stumbled forward, unsure of what it would find, but determined to survive. The road ahead was uncertain, but the dog had learned one thing: it would keep moving, no matter what. The world had become a blur of sounds and shapes. The dog wandered aimlessly, its once vibrant coat now dulled and matted. Every so often, it would hear the distant echo of human voices, or see a flicker of movement in the corner of its eye. But each time it tried to approach, it was met with rejection or fear. No one wanted the dog, no one cared for it. Its heart, which had once been full of joy and loyalty, now ached with emptiness. It felt the weight of its abandonment like a heavy chain, and each passing day seemed to drag it further away from who it once was. Yet, despite the despair, the dog never fully gave up. Deep inside, a faint memory of the love it had known lingered, pushing it to move forward even when everything seemed hopeless. There were moments when it would stop, gaze into the distance, and wonder if it would ever feel safe again, if it would ever find someone to care. But for now, survival was the only thing that mattered. It was a long way from the home it had once known, and it wasn't sure if it could go back. The fear of rejection kept it moving, kept it searching for something it couldn't quite name. Days passed, and the dog continued to roam the streets, searching for something that might ease its hunger or loneliness. One afternoon it stumbled upon a small shelter at the edge of the city, the faint sound of barking coming from inside. It stood outside, hesitant, its body trembling from both hunger and fear. The smell of food wafted through the air, mingling with the scent of fresh grass. The dog's stomach growled, but it couldn't bring itself to enter. It had been rejected so many times before. What would be different now? As it stood there, a kind face appeared at the door. A woman, mid-30s, wearing a worn apron, looked at the dog with a mixture of sympathy and curiosity. She stepped closer, her hand outstretched. The dog hesitated, but then took a step forward. The woman gently patted its head, her touch light but reassuring. Emily, the woman's name, spoke softly. "Hey there, little one. You look like you've been through a lot." The dog's ears perked up at the sound of her voice, and for the first time in a long while, it felt a flicker of hope. Maybe, just maybe, it wouldn't have to face the world alone anymore. For the first time in what felt like forever, the dog was given food. It ate slowly at first, cautious but desperate. Emily watched, her eyes softening as she observed the animal's hesitation. She could see the scars, both physical and emotional, that marked its body. She knew it had been through things no animal should have to endure. But she also saw the glimmer of trust behind those wary eyes. As the dog finished eating, Emily sat down beside it, her presence quiet but comforting. "You don't have to be alone anymore," she said gently. The dog looked up at her, its eyes reflecting a mixture of uncertainty and longing. Emily reached out, scratching behind its ears. The dog flinched at first, but then relaxed, leaning into her touch. It felt a connection that it hadn't felt in so long, a connection to something that cared. It was a slow process, but over the next few days, the dog began to trust Emily more. It followed her around the shelter, and though it still had moments of fear and doubt, it started to show signs of healing. As the days passed, the dog began to regain some of its strength. It still had a long way to go, but the small moments of connection with Emily helped to heal its battered spirit. One morning, Emily opened the shelter gate to let the dog out into the yard. The dog hesitated at first, unsure, but then the warmth of the sun and the freedom of the open space seemed to call it. It took a tentative step forward, then another. The world, which had once seemed so large and threatening, now seemed a little less intimidating. Emily stood nearby, watching with a gentle smile. "You're doing great," she said softly, her voice filled with pride. The dog ran to the far side of the yard, its legs still stiff from the days of limping, but its movements were gaining confidence. The air smelled different now, fresh, clean, full of possibility. For the first time in a long while, the dog felt a sense of belonging, a sense that maybe, just maybe, there was a future worth living for. One evening, as Emily was preparing food for the animals, the dog sat quietly by her side, its eyes watching her with an intensity that spoke of trust and understanding. Emily looked down at the dog and smiled. "You're not just surviving anymore," she said softly. "You're living." The dog's tail gave a small wag, the first sign of joy in days. It had learned, slowly but surely, to trust again. There was still fear deep within, remnants of the pain it had suffered, but there was hope too. And in that hope, it found a new strength, a new purpose. Emily reached down and stroked the dog's head gently. "I'm proud of you," she whispered, her voice thick with emotion. The dog pressed its head into her hand, its eyes full of gratitude, as if saying, "Thank you for showing me that I can heal." In that moment, Emily knew that the dog's journey wasn't over. It was only just beginning. As days turned into weeks, the dog's life at the shelter grew more comfortable, but the harsh memories of its past never fully faded. Every new sound, every unfamiliar face, sent its heart racing. It had learned to trust Emily, but trust outside the safe confines of the shelter was another battle entirely. One afternoon, as Emily was getting ready to leave for her day, a new person walked into the shelter. A tall man, his face stern and uninterested. His gaze swept over the room, stopping at the dog. He approached slowly, his movements sharp and calculated. "Is this one available?" he asked, pointing to the dog. Emily froze, a feeling of dread seeping into her chest. "No," she said, her voice firm but kind. "This one isn't ready yet." But the man was insistent. "I'll take it. No questions asked," he said coldly, as if the dog were nothing more than a commodity. The dog, hearing the tension in their voices, stepped back, its ears flattening. It could sense something was wrong, something dark about the man's tone. Emily glanced at the dog, her face soft with reassurance. "You're safe here," she whispered, but in her heart, a shadow of doubt lingered. The man left that day, but the tension didn't leave with him. Emily couldn't shake the feeling of unease. She continued to care for the dog, but something had shifted. The dog's anxiety had worsened. It had started to back away from her touch, its once dependable tail now tucked between its legs whenever Emily tried to approach. "It's okay, you're safe," Emily would repeat, but the dog's fear was tangible. The memories of the man, the coldness in his voice, seemed to haunt it. The dog spent hours pacing the shelter yard, its movements erratic, its gaze constantly searching the shadows. It was as if the shelter, once a place of refuge, had now become another prison, another place where it couldn't escape its past. That night, Emily watched the dog from the window. She could see the pain in its eyes, the fear that had taken root so deep. She knew that she couldn't protect the dog from everything, and she couldn't erase the scars. All she could do was hope that, with time, the dog would come to trust her again. The next morning, the dog's anxiety reached a peak. It was pacing, its eyes darting nervously around the shelter. The sound of the door opening sent it into a frantic fit, and before Emily could react, the dog bolted from the yard, running blindly into the streets. "No!" Emily cried, rushing after it. But the dog was too fast, its instinct to flee overriding everything. It didn't look back, only ran forward, its limbs pumping desperately. Emily called after it, her voice breaking, but the dog didn't stop. The street was unfamiliar, the sounds too loud, and the world too big for the dog to comprehend. It collided with an oncoming car, the screeching of the tires barely audible over the dog's whimper. But the driver swerved, barely missing the dog, which tumbled to the side of the road in a dazed heap. Emily reached the dog's side moments later, breathless and shaking. "It's okay, you're safe," she whispered, cradling the dog in her arms. It looked up at her with frightened eyes, its body trembling, and for a moment, Emily realized that this was a much bigger battle than either of them had anticipated. The dog spent the next few days recovering in the shelter, but its spirit had been shaken. It no longer ran freely in the yard, It stayed close to Emily, its head down, always glancing over its shoulder as if expecting danger to strike again. Emily knew it needed more than just physical healing. It needed to believe again. One afternoon, as Emily was walking the dog through the shelter yard, it froze, its nose twitching at the scent of something familiar. A dog, a former companion, appeared from behind a row of bushes. It was a dog from the same group the dog had once known, back before it was abandoned. The reunion was bittersweet. The dog stood still, its gaze fixed on the other dog, the bond between them undeniable. But the joy of reunion was short-lived. The other dog barked twice, then turned and ran, as if it didn't recognize the dog anymore. The dog, heartbroken, stood motionless. Emily watched in silence, her heart aching for the animal that had lost so much, not just its home, but the connection it had once known. The loss of that brief moment of connection crushed the dog. It had been so close to finding someone who might understand its pain. But once again, it was left alone. The dog withdrew even further, avoiding Emily's touch, shrinking into itself as though to shield itself from the hurt. Emily knew that the dog was pushing her away, but she didn't give up. She sat quietly by the dog's side, speaking softly, waiting for it to come to her. "You're not alone," she whispered, her voice a steady reassurance. "I won't let you go." The dog, after what seemed like an eternity, slowly leaned its head against her leg, the contact tentative, but telling. Emily stroked its head gently, not pushing, just being there, offering the only thing she knew the dog needed: patience. They sat together, the world moving around them, but for that brief moment there was peace. The dog's behavior began to change in subtle ways. It started to follow Emily more closely, its eyes filled with a quiet longing as it watched her care for the other animals. But there was still something deeper within it, a mystery that had yet to be unlocked. One afternoon, while Emily was sorting through some old boxes at the back of the shelter, she found something that made her stop in her tracks. It was an old file, yellowed with age and marked with the dog's name. Curiosity sparked, she opened the file. Inside were old photographs, one of which made her heart stop. The dog, once a playful puppy, was sitting beside a man Emily recognized from a few visits to the shelter, the same man who had nearly taken the dog in the past, the one whose coldness had unsettled her. But the photographs told a different story. The man had once been the dog's owner, and the file contained information about his past attempts to abandon the dog, only to take it back out of guilt. Emily's heart sank as she pieced together the truth. The dog was not just abandoned by a stranger, but by someone it had once trusted, someone who had promised love but only delivered betrayal. Emily stared at the file for what seemed like an eternity, the weight of the revelation sinking in. The dog had been loved once, but that love was fragile, fleeting. It was as though the man had taken the dog in and out of his life on a whim, unable to commit, unable to see the value of the animal he had once chosen. The betrayal ran deep, and the scars the dog bore weren't just physical, they were emotional. But Emily knew now that she had to protect the dog from its past, from the scars that had been left on its soul. The dog's healing couldn't be complete until it faced this truth. "You deserve better than that," Emily whispered, her voice thick with emotion. The dog turned its head at the sound of her voice, its eyes full of curiosity. Emily set the file down and gently approached the dog, her hands extended toward it. The dog didn't flinch this time. Instead, it moved toward her, its movements slow and cautious. Emily's heart swelled with a mixture of hope and sadness. She had to be the one to heal the wounds the man had left behind. She wouldn't let the dog go through this again. Emily spent the following days researching the dog's history, learning all she could about its past, its previous owner, and the circumstances that had led to its abandonment. Each new piece of information deepened her resolve to help the dog. But there was more. One evening, Emily received a call from a woman who claimed to know the dog's original owner. The woman, with a trembling voice, revealed that the dog had been a service animal, trained to assist its owner with medical needs. But after an accident, the owner had abandoned the dog, unable to care for it any longer. He was too proud, the woman said. He couldn't bear the thought of needing help, so he pushed the dog away. The truth hit Emily like a hammer. The dog had once had a purpose. It had been more than just a pet. It had been a companion, a helper, a trusted partner. And yet, in the end, it had been discarded. Emily's heart broke for the dog. It had given everything, only to be betrayed by the one person it had trusted most. But now, Emily understood. The dog wasn't just healing from abandonment, it was healing from the loss of its purpose, from the crushing blow of being discarded after serving so faithfully. The revelation about the dog's past weighed heavily on Emily, but she knew that the dog's future was now in her hands. It wasn't just about rescuing it from the streets anymore, it was about helping it rediscover its purpose, its worth. Emily began to train the dog slowly at first, teaching it basic commands and guiding it through exercises designed to restore its confidence. But the dog still struggled with the memory of its previous owner, its eyes often clouded with doubt. Every time it hesitated, Emily would kneel down beside it, gently reminding it that it was worthy of love and trust. It was a slow process, but the dog began to respond. It started to follow her commands more willingly, its tail wagging with growing enthusiasm. Each step forward, no matter how small, felt like a victory. Emily could see the change in the dog's eyes. The fear that had once clouded them was slowly being replaced with hope. It was learning to trust again, and in doing so, it was learning to love itself once more. The more time Emily spent with the dog, the more she realized that this wasn't just about saving it. It was about redemption, not just for the dog, but for herself as well. She had opened her heart to this animal, and in doing so, she had found a piece of herself that she had long forgotten. As the dog grew stronger, so did their bond. The once timid creature now stood tall beside her, its eyes bright with trust. Emily had given the dog the chance to heal, and in return, it had shown her what true loyalty and love really meant. Emily knew that their journey together was far from over, but for the first time, she felt hopeful about the future. "We're in this together," Emily whispered to the dog, as if sealing their bond forever. And with that, the dog leaned into her side, its body relaxed and at peace. The shelter had been buzzing with activity that day. A group of new volunteers had arrived, eager to help, but as the hours passed, something felt off. Emily noticed the dog was agitated, its eyes constantly scanning the room. It wasn't the typical anxiety it had shown before. This was different. The air was thick with tension. As Emily walked into the back room, she was greeted by the cold figure of the man who had tried to take the dog earlier. His presence was unmistakable, and the dog's reaction was immediate. It froze, its body tense with fear. The man, his face stoic, said, "I've come to collect him. It's time for him to come home." Emily's blood ran cold. "No," she said firmly, her voice shaking. "You don't get to take him, not after everything he's been through." The man smirked, his eyes cold. "You have no say in this. I'm his owner." The dog, hearing the harshness in the man's voice, backed away slowly, its body trembling. Emily moved toward the dog, her hand outstretched in comfort. "You don't have to go with him," she said softly, her voice full of conviction. The dog looked up at her, its eyes filled with fear, but also something new, trust. The man stepped closer, his hands reaching for the dog, but the dog didn't budge. It stood its ground, its legs shaking, but its resolve growing stronger. Emily, sensing the dog's hesitation, knelt beside it, her voice low but firm. "You've come so far. Don't let him take you back to a life of fear." The dog looked up at her, its tail flicking nervously. It seemed to understand her words, the bond between them stronger than the fear it had felt. Slowly, the dog stepped forward, its body shaking less with each step. The man's eyes narrowed. "You're making a mistake," he said, his voice dripping with disdain. But Emily stood tall, her presence unwavering. "No, you're the one who's made a mistake," she said, her voice full of strength. "This dog is not yours anymore, he's mine." The dog, now fully trusting Emily, moved beside her, standing tall and proud, no longer the frightened animal it once was. Emily placed her hand gently on its back, and for the first time the dog stood tall, its heart full of hope. The man's attempt to reach the dog was futile. The dog backed away, its body steady, and its eyes focused. Emily took a deep breath, her heart pounding in her chest. She had no idea what the man would do next, but she knew one thing for sure: she would not back down. The man, realizing he had no power over the dog anymore, let out a frustrated sigh. "You think you can keep him? You don't know what he's capable of," he sneered. Emily didn't flinch. "I know exactly what he's capable of," she said, her voice steady. "He's capable of love, of trust, of loyalty. And that's something you'll never understand." The man's face twisted with contempt, but he turned and walked out of the shelter without another word, leaving Emily and the dog alone. The dog once again let out a small whimper, as if it could finally breathe again. Emily smiled, her hand resting on the dog's head. "You're safe now," she whispered, and the dog relaxed, its body leaning into her side. Emily knew that they had won, not just the battle for the dog's future, but for their future together. The next few days were peaceful. The dog seemed lighter, free from the constant fear that had weighed it down for so long. Emily and the dog grew even closer, spending hours in the yard together, training and bonding. The dog's confidence blossomed with every day that passed. Emily could see the dog's true spirit beginning to shine through, the playful, loving creature that had been hidden beneath years of neglect. It was as though the dog had been reborn. One afternoon, as Emily was training the dog, she noticed the dog's tail wagging vigorously. It wasn't just any wag, it was a wag of joy, of excitement, of love. Emily laughed, feeling her heart swell with happiness. "You're doing great," she said, scratching behind its ears. The dog barked happily, its body moving with newfound energy and enthusiasm. In that moment, Emily realized how far the dog had come, how much it had fought to reclaim its life. It was no longer the fearful animal that had wandered the streets. It was a dog with purpose, with trust, and with love. The day came when the dog was ready to leave the shelter, not out of necessity, but out of choice. Emily had found a forever home for the dog, one that was safe, loving, and permanent. The dog had healed, and now it was ready to start a new chapter, with a family that would love it unconditionally. As Emily handed over the leash to the new owner, her heart tightened with emotion. "Thank you," she whispered to the dog. "You've shown me what it means to trust again, to love again." The dog looked up at her, its eyes filled with gratitude, and for the first time, it wagged its tail with joy. Emily smiled through her tears, knowing that the dog was going to be okay. It had found its redemption, its new beginning, and it had done so with her by its side. The dog's journey was far from over, but for now, it had found peace. The dog, now fully recovered, sat beside its new family, watching as the children played in the yard. The air was filled with the sound of laughter, and the dog's tail wagged contentedly. It had come so far, from the streets, from abandonment, from fear, and now it had found a place where it truly belonged. Emily stood by the gate, watching from a distance, her heart full. She had done her part, but now it was time for the dog to move on. It had healed, and it had found the love and stability it had been searching for. "You did it," Emily whispered to herself, a tear slipping down her cheek. She had been the one to help the dog through its darkest moments, but now the dog was free. Free to live the life it deserved. As the sun began to set, the dog turned its head and looked toward Emily, its eyes full of gratitude. It barked once, then ran to the children, its body full of energy and joy. Emily smiled, wiping her tears away. The journey wasn't over for the dog, but this chapter had come to a peaceful end. A few weeks later, Emily visited the dog's new home. The family had sent her updates, pictures of the dog running through the yard, happily playing with the kids. But seeing it in person, seeing how much it had blossomed, filled Emily's heart with peace. The dog had not only survived, but it had thrived. It greeted her at the door, its tail wagging like it had never been through the hardships of its past. As Emily knelt down to pet the dog, it leaned into her touch, its body relaxed and at ease. "You're doing great," Emily said, her voice filled with warmth. The dog responded with a joyful bark, then ran off to play with the children again. The bond between them was undeniable, but Emily knew it was time to let go. She couldn't keep the dog forever, but she had given it the foundation it needed to build a happy life. The dog had found its redemption, and in a way, so had Emily. She had given love, and she had received it in return, a love that was unconditional and pure. As Emily left the house that day, she felt a bittersweet sense of closure. The dog's journey had been painful, but it had led to this moment, a new life, filled with love and stability. She had made a difference in its life, and it had made a difference in hers. Emily knew that the healing process was never really over. There would be moments of doubt, moments when the scars would resurface, but the dog had learned to trust again. It had found its strength, its place in the world, and so had she. In a way, Emily had rediscovered herself through the dog's redemption. She had learned the power of love, of patience, and of second chances. As she drove away, she looked in the rearview mirror, catching one last glimpse of the dog playing in the yard. For the first time, she felt complete. The road ahead was still long, but it was one she would walk with a heart full of hope. Months passed, and Emily continued her work at the shelter, but she never forgot the dog. Every time she met a new animal, she couldn't help but remember how far the dog had come. It was a reminder that no matter how broken something seemed, there was always a chance for healing, for redemption. One day, as Emily sat in the shelter's office, a small package arrived with a note attached. The note read, "Thank you for giving us our family back. We couldn't have done it without you." Inside the package was a small collar, the one the dog had worn when it first arrived at the shelter. It was old and worn, but it was a symbol of the journey the dog had made. Emily smiled, holding the collar close to her chest. It wasn't just a piece of metal. It was a reminder of the love, the strength, and the redemption that had brought them together. She placed the collar on her desk, a token of everything she had worked for, and everything the dog had overcome. The past was behind them now, and the future was full of endless possibilities. The sun set on another peaceful day. The shelter was quiet, the animals content, and Emily felt a sense of peace she hadn't known in a long time. The journey with the dog had changed her, had shown her the power of healing, of redemption, and the unconditional love that animals bring. As Emily walked through the yard that evening, she looked up at the sky, a peaceful smile on her face. "Thank you," she whispered, not just to the dog, but to the universe for bringing them together. The dog had found its home, its redemption, and so had she. She turned back toward the shelter, ready for whatever the next chapter of her life would bring, knowing that love, whether from a human or an animal, would always be the greatest gift. Months after the dog's transformation, Emily returned home one evening to find the dog waiting for her at the doorstep. Its tail wagged excitedly, and its eyes were filled with pure joy. Emily knelt down, overwhelmed by the sight. "You came back," she whispered, and the dog nuzzled her with affection. It had found its way back to her, not out of need, but because of the bond they shared. The dog had healed, and so had Emily. Together, they had found redemption. The dog played happily with the children in the yard, its once fearful demeanor now replaced with joy. Emily watched from a distance, pride swelling in her chest. The dog had reclaimed its place in the world, and its happiness was proof of how far it had come. Emily smiled, knowing that the dog's future was filled with love. "You're home," she whispered, as the dog ran towards her with enthusiasm, its tail wagging. Emily visited the dog's new family, seeing firsthand how much it had blossomed. The dog greeted her with joy, and as Emily pet it, she felt a deep sense of peace. "You're doing great," Emily whispered, knowing the dog had found its true home. The transformation was complete. The dog was no longer the broken animal it once was. It had become a symbol of love, healing, and second chances. As Emily walked through the shelter one day, she reflected on everything the dog had taught her. Love and redemption were universal. Even the most broken could heal. Emily received a package from the dog's new family, a small worn collar. She smiled, realizing that the dog had not only found its redemption, but it had shown her how to love again. She placed the collar on her desk, a symbol of the journey they had both taken. One evening, as Emily sat on her porch watching the sunset, the dog lay beside her. She whispered, "Thank you." It had been a long journey for both of them, but they had found each other, and in doing so had found healing. Emily knew she had found her purpose, and it was a purpose rooted in love, trust, and the second chances that animals so desperately needed.